Hello and welcome to the TI Junkies podcast. I am your host, Speedy, not Rand, and I am here with my co-host...
Nathan, not Henry. Woo!
Woo! Today we are talking about the dynamics between Stooge and Stooge-master. And that is a dynamic that we are very familiar with.
Pretty much, if you are a stooge-master, that's where you want to be. But also, you want to make sure nobody knows it.
Ooh, and that's exactly the sort of thing that we're going to dig deeper into in today's episode. This theme is very on topic considering that this year's Stooge for the Throne tournament has just wrapped up this weekend with its grand finale. So congratulations to, drumroll please,
K Ruthless. He's not K Mr. Nice.
That's true. That's the antonym.
Weaseled his way into our hearts and into the finals.
In a ruthless way. You have done what few others have been able to do, and we are so proud of you.
We're proud, and we'll keep being proud.
Yeah, we're going to think about this for a long time.
I might write a song about it.
I think you should. And all the junkies will be singing this song in their honor. Now get into the meat of this episode. Let's talk about the origins of Stooge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, let's talk about orange chicken. But your thing is good, too.
I would love if this episode just pivoted to orange chicken and we just never went back to Stooge. We reel them in with TI and we hit them with Panda Express product placement for 45 minutes.
We got Panda. Are you hungry? Are you kind of hungry? Want an egg roll with that? An egg roll with your victory?
Your Stooge want a little chicken?
This would be a whole different dynamic. I mean, why aren't people doing that? Are they doing that? Put that in the comments if you're offering food as part of your winner's tribute. That would make for some interesting gameplays. No more this, oh, can I help? Oh, can I help? No, everybody wants those egg rolls. That sweet, sweet trophy of an egg roll.
Wow. If I could get egg rolls as a reward for my stoogery, this game would be different. We have a whole new Stooge strategy to contemplate in the background here. While we do that, let's go back in time to the origins of Stooge. Now, Nathan, I don't know about you, but if you asked me, when did we start saying Stooge? When did we start the Stooge trend? I would have said right away. Do you have a guess for how early we started that?
I actually am intimately familiar with the origins of Stoogedom.
Are you really, Nathan?
This was like season 1 of TI Junkies, greatest hits, when we were running 3 games a night.
Classic.
Henry, I believe, coined the term after he called old Kevin, first Kevin number 1, aka Mr. Worldwide, my Stooge, in a game where he was Soul and I was Nomad. And since then, we have added it to the lexicon of TI players worldwide. And possibly intergalactic. The Stooge-master came later, I believe.
Yes.
So I think the Stooge and Stooge-master, we kind of tailored after the Sith lords. And the rule of 2, there's always 2.
That's true.
A Stooge and a Stooge-master. And who it is has constantly been swapped around.
I feel like Stooge behavior in TI is so common. The second you recognize it, it flips again. Oh, this time Nathan's the Stooge-master. This time it's Henry.
I definitely had a strategy in mind where I would be like, oh, Speedy's blasting off. How's Speedy blasting off? I'm kind of helping you a little bit. I kind of want the heat this way. I'm fine with letting you move over here, no fires, whatever. And then other times, I think, I'm like, who's playing who? Am I helping you out to keep the table off me? Or are you playing me and taking off and there's no way I can get a hold of this snowball falling downhill? You decide, folks.
I think it all does come down to intention. Like, if you are supporting somebody who's really blasting off because you see the long game for yourself and think it would ultimately benefit you if they got all the heat, then you're not really stooging. You're still looking out for yourself. But if you are trying to appease the person that's the most powerful and you take some deals and you're getting the short end of the stick, but it's just, oh, it's for good relations. This will be good for me, but you're blind. You're blind. Then that's stooging.
Oh man, that's definitely season one Speedy Rand dynamic right there. It's early. I forgot my meat. I am meat.
I think that people really underestimate the influence that meat consumption can have on the probability that you're gonna stooge. If you don't have your protein, oh, you're stooging hard. You're not focused enough to make decisions that are sound. You need some jerky.
Somebody get Patrick a subscription to Butcher's Box because he has been dubbed my permanent stooge. Because we always get chicken afterwards, so it's like he's meat deficient. He's meat deficient until post game, and then he's like, "Oh man, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I got some chicken strips in me, probably should have done that."
That's such a good point. If poor Patrick could just get some meat mid game instead of having post game clarity, oh, the dynamics would turn yet again. You'd be stooging Patrick all over the place.
I do remember Henry making pancakes for us and saying that he was going to get a bunch of stooges and he was going to garner a bunch of goodwill with these pancakes, and it didn't work at all. Yeah, I think that might have been an episode where he ended up with almost no planets around his home system when we did the map build.
The point of being the stooge master is that you're in control and you're duping the stooge. So that's just not going to work.
Yeah, I definitely remember a couple of times where you're like, "Well, sorry, Nathan, I gotta take them. I gotta take them," and then I'm like, "What if you took those?" And you're like, "Well, I guess I could take those." And I was like, "Whew, gamble. Time to roll those dice."
It's so funny. In situations like that, I don't even know how you make that call because clearly you have a very good reason you wouldn't want me to take those planets. And it's a true stooge move to recognize that and go, I'm going to let that happen. I'm not going to stop whatever that is. Of course. Get your points, Nathan. Yes.
I'll get SmackDown later. It's fine. It's all good.
Talking further about stooge strategy, sometimes it does really work. I mean, like you were saying, season one, there was some major stooge strategy going on where a lot of the times I would either win or get really close, but I had been stooging you the whole game. In that case, if the person who's stooging actually comes out on top, I must ask you this question, Nathan. Who's the real stooge?
Exactly. I think that gets to the real heart of the stooge-master dynamic. I think I it's such a it's there's such a veil between what we understand versus the actual result at the end game. And I think you're hoping and praying you're a stooge master, and sometimes ultimately you end up being the stooge. And it's just like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Was I derping? I mean, if you could see the equations in front of my face right now, it's like, all right, if I derp 90 degrees to the left and I stooge 50 degrees south, did I end up at my own home system or did I end up at Schmeckatal? I'm in the rift. Put me out of my misery. Send those little arbrechts to feast me down. Fungus me, and I'll just be sustenance. Just stooge in the earth, waiting for lunch. Like, come on, you guys want to order lunch? I know it's 9 o'clock, but we could chicken parm, chicken parm, chicken parm. Oh man, that might be unique to our table. I don't think anybody else is doing that. I don't think they're stooging for lunch. You know?
Stooging for lunch, stooging for egg rolls. Let's get down to the brass tacks of this. Stooge Master Nathan, what makes a good stooge?
Good stooge. Somebody who's. I've said this in my head so many times when I'm at the table and I'm trying to make a deal with somebody and I think I'm overpaying. And they're like, let me get back to you. I'm like, can't some people just say yes? When you've got a stooge, when somebody just says yes to your deal, yes, this will help me out. Yes, I'm offering you something that you need in the moment. Don't offer me something after the fact, after I don't need it anymore. Like it's pretty obvious if I'm asking you for this, it's because I need it. It's because I want it. I
Yeah.
don't I don't want to just have it just to have it. There's a purpose. And when they say yes, that's what you want. Say yes to my deal. It's a good deal. I feel like Matt Damon. It's a good dream. It's a good dream to have.
It's a good deal, Stooge. Come on.
Or if they come back with the counteroffer, that's the best kind of stoogery because it means they're willing to say yes. They're just not there yet, but they haven't walked away from the table. They haven't just straight up said no. When they just straight up say no, that's not your stooge. That is a good sign. Hey, you wanna figure out who's your stooge and who's not your stooge? When they immediately say no with no counteroffer, that's not your stooge. Look elsewhere. That's somebody you need to make a support swap with because they're coming after you.
That's true. You could never negotiate with that person.
And it's usually Matt. No, I'm kidding. It's not Matt. Matt, those dirty Mohawk boys.
It's true. Well, Matt will work with you, but I've been burned by it because on the surface it seems like he's being amenable, but then it turns out he was playing chess and I was playing checkers, and the thing I thought was being agreed to would end up not benefiting me in the end. And I go, damn, Matt being so smart. I didn't even see that.
It benefited him way more. Meanwhile, I'm on the ground, like, licking the donut box for icing. Yeah, I am stooging for food. God, it's just so good, you know?
But I think you make an excellent point. When you're playing TI, it is a game of politics, diplomacy, deals, and the game becomes so much easier if you have a go-to person that you can just turn to and to an extent rely on. Ah, gosh, I'm going to need to get washed to get these trade goods. Who's just going to say yes every single time, or at least be open to it? That's why you need stooges.
You need him. You can't play the game without him. And quite frankly, I wouldn't want to play the game without him.
Yeah, me too. If the whole table was just hostile and refused to budge, how could you even play?
You could score points. It would be a long 8 hours, I'll tell you that.
Gotta play the board. Gotta attack people for no reason, you know?
I mean, they don't think there's a reason. Oh, but when the whole table doesn't see it and they don't see it, they're like, oh, he's just doing that to do that. Like, well, there's a reason.
That's a good Nathan quality. It kind of masks your true intentions sometimes. Ah, Nathan's just Nathaning.
Yeah, but sometimes it comes back to bite you. But at the same time, you don't want to be like, oh, well, if I tell you, that's my game. I got 2 moves left to make, and it's like, I gotta have this lane free and clear. It wasn't out of spite. Don't attack me out of spite.
Right. Nathan, let us pontificate about conscious versus unconscious stooging. Are there times, you would say, that you're stooging very intentionally versus you later realize that you've been stooging and you didn't even know it?
I don't think there's ever been a time where I have unconsciously stooged for somebody.
It's always been very intentional with you.
It's either been very intentional with ulterior motives. Yeah, it's always if I'm stooging for you and it looks like I'm giving you sweetheart deals, there's a very specific reason for it. And sometimes I think it's obvious. And the rest of the table is like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, what'd you do that for? Oh, it's always in service of the points. Those ever elusive points.
This is a very interesting conversation here because based upon how we defined stoogery earlier, this makes me wonder if you've ever truly stooged. Because if you've never just been amenable in kind of helping someone out, thinking that maybe it'll help you along the way, but it's, are you really stooging if it's all very premeditated and all in service of your game?
I don't know if all of it's premeditated. A lot of it's very instant situations where I need them to be somewhere. So it's like, oh yeah, sure, go on through. I won't shoot. It's all you. Please gum up that system. It's for the greater good of me, and for you, but mostly for me.
And anyone that plays with Nathan and listens to this podcast will now know definitely benefits Nathan, if that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Two trinkets.
Two trinkets.
Unconscious stoogery, I think I have been guilty of before, for sure, where I think that being friendly with my neighbors will ultimately be helpful. And so it is in service of my game, but there's not necessarily deep strategy behind it. So in those individual transactions, if I'm being offered something, I do take the worse end of the deal. I take the short end of the stick because I'm like, ah, yes, this person will now trust me. And I'm okay with taking this hit in the moment if they will then trust me long term. Of course. Sometimes that does actually pan out and it's very good for my game. But other times it doesn't pan out. And then I have just helped that person to no greater benefit. And I've just assisted them with their win, and it was very foolish. And I'm filled with regret. That would be my stooge shame, I guess.
Yeah, especially when you're right next to them and you're the only one that can really get to their home system or put a stop to them, and they've offered you their support, and it's like, ah, come on,
Yeah.
somebody else's problem.
Yeah, you're like, at this point, I only exist to help them. I'm now their shield. I can't attack them. This is garbage. Now, Nathan, think deep into your soul. Please reflect. As a very notorious stooge master, what would you say makes a good stooge master?
Confidence, lots of confidence. Like you're walking into the room, shaking hands, kissing babies, and you're just like the grimiest politician with no shame. Like, oh, how you doing? Oh, good to see you again. Oh, that's a nice shirt you're wearing. All the while, just I'm gonna roll some dice. I'm gonna shoot you. Don't worry, don't worry. It's only a little bit. It's only a little bit. Try to really talk them off the ledge before they just start seeing red. But as I reflect upon my years as a stooge master, I think I was never a stooge master.
You think you were never a stooge master?
Nope. My win rate says it all. I don't think you could be considered a stooge master without some consecutive wins. And my wins are too far and few in between. I think I got to give it up to the real stooge masters. I got to give it up to Rand.
Rand's a good stooge master. Yeah.
Somehow she always makes it to. I mean, we wouldn't call her Schmeckatal Rand if she wasn't always getting to Schmeckatal
Yeah.
and just locking it down. And the table knows that everybody knows what she's gonna do.
Right.
Screaming into the void. I am yelling into a black bag that I've thrown out the plane window, and those screams are for the geese.
Honk honk.
And I think Rand is the true stooge master, and I think Matt is a close second.
Yeah, I agree.
He's very calm when he's making a deal. He's very much trying to use logic, and sometimes he knows who his target is. He knows who logic is going to work on, and sometimes logic doesn't work on everybody. But if he can find the people at the table who appreciate the logic of it, they're going to say yes. If you can turn off the part of your brain that says logic and just says wild card, you can keep from getting duped. I think that's very strong to counteract the will of a stooge master.
Ooh, that's a really good tip. I don't think I've ever heard a tip to prevent yourself from becoming a stooge victim of a stooge master.
Yeah. I think that's very real. I think you've got to be able to pivot your arguments whenever you're making deals with potential stooges. Okay, who wants to see blood? You found me. And who wants good structured arguments that will benefit mutually? Uh, whoever they may be.
There's definitely different stooge mastery levels that you can reach. I mean, I also think it's different if you are trying to stooge master and claim one person versus just sort of Obi-Wan Kenobi fooling the whole table. Don't question what I'm doing. Yes, you all agree that what I'm doing seems fair and reasonable, and just let me do my thing, you guys. Like, I feel like Matt is kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think he can be at times. I think when the table is over 50% logical, he can be. I think when there are people maybe he hasn't played with before, or doesn't play with often, his logic games don't they don't always work, and I think that's where it might hurt him a little bit.
Yeah. Would you say that Rand has the same problem, or I feel like maybe not really?
Uh, she kind of has a little bit of the same problem, but hers isn't logic. Hers, I feel like her Stooge Master prowess comes from her threats.
Yes, that's true.
Before she really finds and really locks onto a victim, she generally has enough beef in the tank to like, let me do this. It'll be fine, I promise. And you're like, well, I better say yes, or else I'm gonna get the full Slim Jim over here.
The full Slim Jim. I wish I got the full Slim Jim. Oh,
I mean, we're
oh
all
yeah.
trying to get the Slim in the gym.
I've got another question for you, Nathan. Do you think it's possible to win a game without a stooge? Or do you have to stooge master to get a win?
I think you've got a stooge master. I think you have to be a stooge master.
Yeah, there's no way to do it on your own without control and influence over others.
That's interesting because actually, you know what? I'm gonna retract that. He's retracting. He's retractor boy. I think it is possible to fall backwards into a victory. But I feel like to do that, everything has to line up perfectly where you don't have to get so manipulative. Like
Yeah,
you've got to hit Shard, you've got to hit the
yeah.
agendas that give you free points, you've got to hit Imperial writers, and you've got to get to Mechatol and get your piece of sushi, a little extra free point with no opposition.
And maybe some objectives like those tech objectives that nobody can really take from you.
Yeah, the spendies.
Yeah, the spendies.
It's like, all right, you didn't really have to fight anybody for those. You just had to pay for them.
That's true. I think I agree with you. It is possible to do it that way, but it so depends on the game just feeling like it's stacked in your favor anyway. Like you just happen to get a really lucky game.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, you're playing Joel Nar and all of these things happen for you?
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
Congrats. You're so good. Oh, you're so good. Teach me your ways, please. And that's me turning them into my stooge, buttering them up.
Buttering them up is a good strategy too.
Oh yeah. So I actually tried that strategy in my tournament game. It didn't, well, I would say it did work.
Oh, it didn't work.
It worked for a little. I was like, all right, channel my inner Patrick. Just really compliment everybody. Like, oh, you're so handsome. Like, oh, what a smart play. You're a smart guy, huh? And I was just laying it on thick.
This sounds like Henry trying to make pancakes a little bit. Wow, I love you.
Well, he thought the pancakes were gonna buy him goodwill. This was just me, just complimenting her, like being real calm. Like, yeah, I see why you did that. I understand. Just really channeling my inner Patrick. Just both guns, and it worked for a little bit until we got to the end game, and then I didn't know how to turn it off.
That's so funny.
Pretty sure I got like maybe to 8 points. I don't know. Like I was in the running for it, and
Oh.
then
And then did you stooge it up?
the Stooging got away from me.
Rip. It happens to the best of us, Nathan. And the worst of us, too. Let's talk about the good old days, Nathan, where we were playing TI Junkies almost every weekend if we could. And I wish we had a counter tracking how many times we said stooge because we were stooging left and right. We were telling stooge stories. We were writing stooge songs.
Oh yes, the songs.
The songs. I wonder how many covers we came up with. And also, I don't know, can you remember any of the covers we did?
There was definitely a bunch of riffs. Wait, what was it?
Stooge, in the name of Stooge, before you break my stooge.
The fans want it. They're clamoring for it.
Yeah, the people, they're screaming. We can't hear them. But later when they listen, they're screaming. I think there was a Stooge Sweeney Todd rendition too.
Yeah, I forgot about the Sweeney Todd ones. Man, we did a lot of those. Always for my friends and stooges.
The best stooge in London.
Dun, dun.
At last, my stooge is complete again. I'm gonna try to think of one more. Then they gotta wait for the album. Can't give it all away right now.
Can't give it all away. They gotta send some TGs.
I see a little silhouette of a stooge, stooge a moosh, stooge a moosh. You know, I think there's a reason that stooge became such a thing for us. Like, yes, it's a funny word, and we're having a good time at the table accusing people of stoogery, but I think it really is core to the gameplay of TI. TI is all about making deals, and anytime a deal is made, somebody is going to be on the weaker side of the deal. And that person has just stooged the other. And, we just kind of called out that dynamic. And I think that's kind of how it all took off. I mean, I would say even if people aren't using the word stooge, stooging is happening at every table. You've been in a lot of games that I haven't been in. I'm sure you've seen some stuff, Nathan.
I mean, everywhere I go now, not just TI, I look around the world and I'm like, stooge. Stooge. And I think you're right. Stooging is happening everywhere, but I think we notice it because we're small, petty people. I mean, we need to call it out when we see it because, quite frankly, we're jealous. We get jealous.
Yeah.
And I think that may be the truest inner origins of the stooge. And everybody can attest. Everybody knows this feeling, especially anybody in any kind of competitive, situation. I mean, you could be standing in line for a grocery and then somebody, oh, go ahead. And you're like, oh, this stooge. Let me get my rotisserie chicken and can of corn. I don't have much time left.
Yeah, I've felt like a stooge when I've left a drive-through, looked in the bag, saw that the order was completely wrong, and I'm still on the premises, and I could go back and ask them to make it right. We made a deal. I gave you this amount of money for the food that I was expecting. But then sometimes I just stooge, and I go, no, it's okay. I spent that money, but it could be completely wrong. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm allergic to mustard, but it's fine.
Stooge in the wild. If you're calling someone a stooge, you're calling out their weakness. You know what I mean?
They're going in thinking, we're going to play a board game. We're going to play with essentially toys. No. But when you play a TI junkie game, you are immersing yourself, no matter who you are, no matter who you've been, no matter who you think you are inviting chaos into those 8 hours. It's not something where you're just like, okay, standardize this, Excel spreadsheet that.
Yeah.
It's all planned out and beep, boop, boop, bop, numbers. There's too many real dynamics at play. Hunger, stooging, more hunger. Thirst, because we're normally in LA where it's hot as hell.
No one's hydrating at that table.
Nobody's had enough water. People are holding to go to the bathroom because they want to be at that table. Then we're building up a line. It's like, who's in the bathroom? Okay.
Thank you so much, Nathan. I think you've really illuminated the world of stoogery, of stooging, and of stooge mastery for the masses. And I hope that junkies near and far have learned something today. Do you have any last words of wisdom for all the stooges out there?
For all the stooges out there, I mean, just look for your openings. You won't be a stooge forever. It all ends eventually. And if you want to be a stooge, it's not that hard. If you don't want to be a stooge anymore, look at what the stooge masters are doing. Try to copy them. Try to copy the way they sit at the table. Try to copy what they're ordering for lunch. These are small things that will definitely not go unnoticed.
Thank you for that wisdom, Nathan. And thank you all for listening to this episode of the TI Junkies podcast. See you on the next one.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Twilight Imperium Junkies podcast.
If you like what we do and want to support the show, check out our Patreon, where amongst other things, you can vote on topics for future episodes.
Keep up with the TI Junkies series by subscribing on YouTube.
Until next time, keep stooging, or maybe don't.
Unless you're my stooge.